All right, y'all, we got another one, bruh, featuring EXO Speaks. We just did a video by him last week. It did really well, and y'all definitely loved it. Shout out to EXO. Matter of fact, did you get with old girl? I think her name was Erica, man. I would love to see that happen, bruh. Real talk. Housekeeping.
Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up.
Please hype me up. Real talk, y'all. Let's get into this video. I ain't gonna waste too much more time.
One thing I've noticed for a long time is how racist white people have this weird obsession with EBT. And if you've been around the internet for long enough or just listen to certain conversations, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Whenever the topic of EBT comes up, black people immediately get brought into the conversation.
Wait, what the hell did I just see in the corner says blink countdown? I think I know what it's going, bro. Cause I don't think dude be blinking like that, bro. Let me see.
Where the f my food stamps at? Y'all niggas hate black people for real. Where the f are they? Like, respect black women or else. How the f big one costs more but way less than my EBT, nigga?
I keep seeing all of
EXO, bro, we starting off bad already, bro. I'm starting to think you're doing it on purpose, bro. You find these clips that really piss niggas off. You get a kick out of it. You like reading the comments of people saying that them clips made me mad. They infuriated me. I know that's what it is, bro.
Of these TikToks with the usual suspects saying, oh, if we don't get our EBT, we don't get our SNAP, our food stamps, whatever, by the first, we're going to start stealing. Be so for real. You guys are acting like you're not the reason my $12 shampoo is locked up at Walmart.
They always try to frame it like black people are the only ones that steal. Every race steals, but that's something that they'll never admit. It doesn't matter what the statistics actually say. The image people automatically jump to is a black person using an EBT card. That stereotype has been pushed for so long that a lot of people genuinely believe it. And the strange part is, the same people who complain about EBT rarely talk about the fact that a lot of white people benefit from it too. But you almost never hear that part of the conversation. Instead,
hey dog, you know what? The crazy part is this though. The whole EBT, SNAP, food stamp, welfare thing was created for white people who couldn't get their shit together, who couldn't pull themselves up by their bootstraps. And then they purposefully denied access from black folks. And they did it so crafty, they put it into policies and laws so that they could keep black people stagnant and so that they could keep and maintain the white power structure, bro. And that's a 100% fact. Back in the day, black folks was in agriculture and domestic work, which was unprohibited for them to get that type of qualification to get the EBT that they needed, because they were getting paid under the table. They weren't filing taxes. They weren't doing any of that kind of stuff. Like if your mother was a maid for a rich white person, he wasn't giving her a 1099 or a W-2 so she can then go and file for EBT and all of that kind of stuff. Hell no. And they purposely did it like that so that black people couldn't get it, right? Because how does that help white farmers? If we help black people feed themselves, then they don't need to come to this farm and break their backs for us. Dead ass serious.
the narrative always circles back to black people. Like somehow we're the face of the entire program. And once a narrative like that gets repeated enough times, people start to believe it, even when the reality is much more complicated than a stereotype.
Hey, LaQuisha, calm down, okay? They're not cutting off the SNAP benefits for November, all right? But be honest, you're still gonna go out and steal, aren't you?
We have another EBT user. I like that.
Yeah, I told y'all, with or without EBT, me and mine gonna eat.
Clock it.
Cuz now.
This is
Of
AI,
course
isn't it?
Oh, cuz now. We gonna eat.
What do we call them? The usual suspects. Always offended, never ashamed.
So the government gives her money to feed her whole family, but then the government also gives her content. She really relies on everybody. And I was thinking about it. She's 28 and she has 12 kids.
She looks 40, 50.
But she has 10 more years of having kids in front of her. And then in that 10 years, her kids will start having kids. And then you think those kids are not going to be on EBT? What did they learn from mom? All those kids are going to be on EBT. They're not going to be working. They're going to be hanging out on the porch, ready to fight anyone who comes by. There's probably going to be some pit bulls bred in the yard. The boys will go to jail.
Bro, like, this is a group of people who literally can't figure out how to be happy, so they have to sit up there and talk about other people, especially minorities, dog. I'm really hurting myself thinking to myself, when have I ever seen a truly genuine, happy white person, bro? I'm dead ass serious, dog. And I think when you can't find happiness, you seek to hurt other people because, man, it's rare that you see a black person get on the internet and just shit on white people all day. Now, an argument can be made that me and EXO shit on white people all day, but that would be a weak argument because what it is that we're doing is we're defending us and our race while they are on the offense and we're on the defense. It's not the same. Right now, they are literally on offense talking about black people that they don't know, generalizing the whole group as if they never met a black person who doesn't fit that stereotype. And that's why I have issue and I take concern with some of these people, bro.
And now this whole family cost us $12 million.
Cost us $12 million, boy. Your stupid ass ain't never seen $1 million in your whole life combined. From the time you started working probably to the day, you probably never accumulated $1 million. Boy, swole face ass up, man.
Bro, what? He was talking about EBT, then he went into this racist rant. A lot of them don't actually care about who's using EBT. They just see it as an opportunity to push their racist narrative against us. One of the biggest things that happened over time is that black people were turned into the public face of EBT. And once that image got planted into people's minds, it stuck. Movies pushed it, TV shows pushed it, and political talking points pushed it. And after a while, people just stopped questioning it. So now whenever EBT gets brought up, a lot of people immediately picture a black person standing in a grocery store line using their EBT card. But the reality is way different.
Afford to get your
Hey, you know what's crazy, bro? I ain't gonna make this video too long, but man, I wish I could call one of my old heads, Mr. George, right now. Matter of fact, he's the reason why I even have this channel. He suggested that I start talking about this kind of stuff. Long story short, he was at the grocery store the other day and he told me that he saw that they said they were not accepting EBT and most of the white people in there immediately left. In Chalmette, Louisiana, bro. I'm so serious. I ain't even bullshitting y'all. I said, bro, I wish you would have pulled your phone out so that I could put this on here.
nails done, new tattoos, fake lashes, taking vacations, all that stuff. If you can't afford that, you can afford to buy your own groceries.
Do you think black people should have to pay reparations to white people for causing so much crime, using up all the welfare and EBT food stamps?
I don't know. I'm just trying to... no comment.
No comment?
No.
Why not?
I'm not really sure how to answer that. I'm not trying to get canceled.
Notice, she never denied it. She just said she doesn't want to get canceled. But the dude that's asking these questions is soft. But we gonna get to that later in the video, trust me.
Oh yeah, he definitely bitch made, dog. I done seen dudes check his temperature and he had nothing to say. That's one thing about me, boy. If I said it, I say it to your face. I'll put it in front of you. I don't care, dog. Real talk. Don't care about your feelings and I'm definitely not scared, bro. I'm definitely not scared, dog. Win, lose, or draw, I'm gonna fight. And that's why I don't like or respect people like him, because as soon as he's faced with a little bit of adversity, dog, he shows his true colors, dog. You don't got that dog and you use a bitch. And I'm sorry for the language, y'all. I'm sorry for the language. I know I ain't palatable to everybody, but dog, this shit right here pisses me off.
The people across the country receive food assistance. Different races, different backgrounds, different communities.
Facts.
And a lot of people receiving those benefits are working families who still need help covering basic food costs. Yet somehow the stereotype still points in one direction. And that stereotype has consequences. Because when people start associating an entire program with one group of people, it creates this idea that those people are the only ones benefiting from it. But that's not true. Again, white people also benefit greatly from EBT in large numbers. In many parts of the country, especially in rural areas, a lot of families rely on food assistance programs. That includes small towns, rural communities, I cannot say that word, rural communities, working class households. All kinds of people use EBT to feed their family. And in a lot of states, majority of people receiving food assistance are actually white. And I know you're gonna use the per capita argument. Shut the fuck up. Because the fact is, white people are still on it regardless. And when I say that, I'm not talking to black people, of course. I'm talking to the racist white people that come on my channel and leave comments.
When people, man, fuck them. You heard me? Straight up, boy. Ain't nobody thinking about they dirty, funky, cheesy booty, boy. But no, all jokes aside, bro. They did an excellent branding campaign with this EBT thing and making us the brand of it, the face of it. How did they convince the whole country that it's just us that's on it? Maybe because the majority of them are stupid. Probably. I don't know, because if you don't fact check things, I think you're stupid. I don't think you're the brightest person in the world. I think you should challenge everything that you hear, because, bro, people make a habit out of lying to y'all, and they really know that you're too lazy or too stupid to go and fact check them. And that's half of the people who watch Turning Point. Straight up. That's half of the people that listen to Senior Nick Fuentes. That's half the people that listen to Myron. They don't go and fact check none of these niggas. That's what it be. And another thing I'll say is this. I really wish white people was forced to work in grocery stores from age 16 to at least 18 so that they could see all of their white counterparts coming in there using EBT, because that's the only way you're going to know about it. Y'all don't see it in real life. But if you've ever worked at Walmart, Kroger's, Winn-Dixie, any one of them stores, you done seen how many white people are actually on EBT. You have seen it, bro, because I know I worked at Walmart before.
People think of food stamp fraud. They don't think of faces like this. Married couple facing food stamp fraud charges for reportedly falsifying income to obtain more than $20,000 in SNAP benefits. Whoa. $20,000. But let's unpack this even more though. In our community, we say that in order for you to get these food stamps, the man gotta be out the home, huh? This is a married couple, and they get to have their government assistance and keep their nuclear family intact, what we see. That's definitely a sarcastic joke. Some of y'all might not get it, but oh well.
Yeah, we get it. Hey, bro, my cousin told me when his stepdaddy used to be shacking up with his mama and shit, and the welfare people come over there to do the inspections, he used to be hiding his stepdaddy 12 and a half snakeskin cowboy boots under his bed. And the stepdaddy would have to go somewhere else until after the fucking inspection, boy. But they were letting white folks get away with having a 2-parent household while being on government assistance. That is crazy, dog.
Proper income information on SNAP documents. Now, Dennis and Jennifer Phillips arrested in connection to fraudulently receiving more than $20,000 worth of those benefits. Now, SNAP is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Law enforcement officials say they failed to report the wife's income for several years, leading to the issues of benefits they were not supposed to receive.
So, whoa. Not only were they committing fraud, they didn't even submit the wife's income, dog. That's wild, dog.
One by one, some hung their heads, others wore their feelings right there on their t-shirts. Today, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office announced an undercover operation they've been working on for months, resulted in more than 100 arrest warrants and close to 40 arrests.
This is a huge problem, and
hey, you know what? I'm 20,000 food. You know what? I'm 20,000 worth of food stamps went, boy. Wide as all outside, boy.
We're like one of maybe 3 or 4 law enforcement agencies in the state of Florida that have decided to do something about this.
You hear what he said? This is a huge problem, but it's not many agencies taking action against it. This is the side that the media usually does not cover. That reality rarely becomes part of the stereotype.
Hey, bro, listen, I apologize in advance, but bro, it just be like on my mind, dog. I'm talking about for real. It be on my mind. What is the racial makeup of Manatee County in Florida? And the reason why I'm asking is because he said not all jurisdictions are cracking down on this shit. And I'm wondering if this is a majority white county. That's why I'm asking. I bet there's gonna be a lot of Hispanic and white, maybe a few blacks, but I could be wrong. Who knows? Look what I told. Boy, I be knowing my shit, boy. I'm sorry, y'all. I be getting animated. I'm passionate. White, 71 to 72%, which means majority. As soon as you hit 51, that's majority. That's the most. Black or African American, 7 to 8%. 2 or more races, 12 to 13%. See, this is where my mind goes whenever I see certain people getting slaps on the wrist. Meaning, when they said that not all jurisdictions or counties are cracking down on this shit, I said, I bet you it's the white ones that's not cracking down on it. Because had this been reversed, 71, 72% black and 7 to 8% white, and you had a whole bunch of SNAP fraud going on, boy, it'd be a whole bunch of niggas in chains and shackles. That's what I know. Been black all my life. I know these type of things.
You don't see the same jokes when it comes to white people or other groups. You don't see the same criticism. And you definitely don't see those communities constantly being portrayed as lazy or irresponsible because they use food assistance. Those situations are framed as economic struggles or regional poverty. So the issue isn't the existence of EBT. The issue is who society decides to associate with it. And that association has been shaped by decades of narratives that single out black communities. Even though the program itself has always served people from every background. Because of that stereotype, another thing starts happening. A lot of people assume that all black people are on EBT. You see it in comments, you hear it in the jokes, and you see it in a way that certain conversations happen online.
How many welfare recipients does it take to change a smoke alarm battery?
Wow, it snuck him.
One?
One? Yeah. I think black people should pay
Bruh, listen, bro. I don't like this dude, bro. I really don't like him, bro. I swear to Jesus Christ, if I come across this dude, I'm going to act like I don't know who he is, and I'm going to let him ask his racist ass question, and as soon as he fucking ask it, I'm going to fire on him, dog. Nah, that's premeditated. I'm joking. Don't take anything I'm saying serious, dog, because if something like that ever happened, they can use this video as evidence, man. I'm joking. I would never harm him. I swear.
Reparations to white people for using up all the welfare and committing so much crime?
That was too many words. I don't even say it again, like slowly.
This poor baby a little slow, y'all.
I don't think I can answer that.
So is that a yes?
I told y'all we was gonna get back to this guy. You see how bold he is when he's talking to women, right? But look how he acts once he's confronted by a black man.
What other question you want to ask, bro? Ask.
Which question? I was asking you about the transgender shooter.
No, I want to know about the black questions that you be asking these girls about the black people. Ask me those questions. Whatever you want to ask, bro.
I mean, you know them. Which one?
Whatever you want to ask, bro.
Hey, bro, I hear offensive lineman in the background. Boy, I hear Michael Clark Duncan sounding motherfucker in the background. I know he don't want that smoke. This dude sound like he brolic.
Ain't nobody to play with. Whatever you want to ask, bro. Because I met you now. I'm out here. You be out here trying to clown black people.
I don't clown
them.
Yes,
no, you be trying. You know what you be doing, bro.
Beavis and Butthead looking at
everyone. Questions about
I don't care what you, all that smart shit you trying to do. I don't care about none of that, bro. It's Big Gucci out here. Now ask me the same question.
Big Gucci.
Which one do you want?
Whatever you want to ask. Don't get scared.
Let me save you some time. He didn't ask the question. When he was confronted by a black man, he folded. As soon as someone sees a black person talking about finances or groceries, somebody in the comments brings up EBT. Even if it
Hey, sorry, XO, but look, I'm willing to stand on this and I stamp this. Any one of you racist dudes that be getting on the internet talking about black people, I know for a fact you'll never say it to a black person like me. You're only gonna say it to somebody you think ain't gonna do nothing to you, and you're gonna say it to a woman, but you'll never say it to a man, because don't let this camera fool you, dog. Boy, ain't nobody running up on me in real life expecting to just get an easy W off me. So with that being said, I noticed, bro, when I be checking the temperature of these dudes, especially in person, bro, like, man, what that was you said on the internet, big dog? Man, oh man, I ain't even mean it like that. I'm talking about like Facebook stuff when I run into these people in real life. You know, they be like, what you meant by that, man? You know, that sound real ignorant for you to say something like that. Man, bro, you know, I just be trolling on the internet. Nah, you's a coward. And the only reason why I don't bat the piss out you right now is because I like my life. I got too much to lose. I can't be going to jail for hitting what's the word I want to use? A dweeb like you, sir.
Has nothing to do with anything. And that assumption is already built in. Like it's just automatically part of the conversation. But that assumption ignores the reality that black Americans work in every profession and income level in the country. We work as teachers, doctors, business owners, engineers, in the country. We work as teachers, doctors, business owners, engineers, trade workers, entrepreneurs, public servants, and people working in corporate careers. Yet the stereotype still pushes the idea that EBT represents the entire black community. And that's a dangerous narrative when it gets repeated long enough, because stereotypes don't just stay online. They shape how people see each other in real life too. And once those assumptions form, they can influence how people treat black individuals in everyday situations. And they do. Another thing that stands out in this conversation is the double standard. When black people use assistance programs, some people immediately start talking about dependency or personal responsibility. But when other groups use the same programs, the conversation sounds way different. Now it becomes about struggling families. Now it becomes about communities that need the support. Now it becomes about industries collapsing or jobs disappearing. So they pick and choose depending on who people picture in their minds.
I'm 6. Hey, and the crazy thing is this, though. They never bring up their tax monies being wasted when they talk about white people using EBT, even though y'all are like the biggest benefactors of it. Just like DEI, they moved the goalposts. Most of the things that are branded with black black people, either white people are the majority of the people using it, or they like it just as much. And I'm talking about EBT. I'm talking about DEI. I'm talking about fried chicken. Like, they say niggas is crazy about fried chicken, but white folks love it just as much as we do. I worked at Popeye. I had a million jobs, y'all. Don't even... I kept getting fired because I don't know how to talk to the man the way he wants me to talk to him, like a fucking bitch. I can't do it. But everything they brand us with, dog, everybody else loves too, just as much. Or they utilize it just as much, if not more.
65 years old. I'm legally blind. I'm on disability. I went to my doc and I lost 28 pounds in the last year. I did not need to lose 28 pounds. I did not try to lose 28 pounds. I lost the 28 pounds because I cannot afford to eat anymore.
I hope this woman gets help because it sounds like she really needs it. But it's a big difference in the reaction depending on who is being discussed.
It's official. We are in a recession. My baby just asked for some waffles, but I cannot give her waffles because we didn't get our stamps like we were supposed to. Instead, I had to fix her some cinnamon toast. That is bread with cinnamon on it. I officially hate life, and I wish I wasn't here. Goodbye.
The fire alarm at the end is hilarious. How about just stop being a degenerate, loser, scumbag, entitled piece of shit? How about you just get a job, especially if you have a child? How about you just work for a living and stop leeching off of society? Just get a job.
See what I mean?
I don't know how you could be a raccoon and be around people who you know feel this way towards your people, the people you share kinsmanship with, ancestry with, lineage with, history with, bro. Like, how can you be such a sellout, dog, and say to yourself, I like these people and I want to be around them and talk shit about my people all day? How can you do this shit, dog? Did you just hear what this pale face ass nigga just said, bro?
And I wish I wasn't here. Goodbye.
Fire alarm at the end is hilarious. How about just stop being a degenerate, loser, scumbag, entitled piece of shit? How about you just get a job, especially if you have a child? How about you just work for a living and stop leeching off of society? Just get a job.
Yo, stupid duck ass don't even know most of the people who got on EBT have a job. It's not enough to cover their shit. Did y'all hear the way he just spoke about this black woman, dog? Like, this is the type of person who I don't like, bro. Like, these are the type of people who I didn't put hands on in the past, man. Real talk, because, dog, all of this was unwarranted and unnecessary. Then you go back to the clip beforehand, they showing nothing but empathy towards the person who seemingly sounds white over the phone. You get what I'm saying? This is ridiculous right here. And another thing I want to say is this. When people like him have jobs like physicians, nurses, pharmacists, they're hiring managers. This is what they think when they see a black person coming in to the establishment. If it's a doctor, they're going to do you dirty if he thinks like this, man. I'm telling you, I'm in pain. He doesn't give a shit. He don't believe you. He's like, she's lying. She probably want drugs. You know, you gotta... I'm gonna shut up.
See what I mean? Now it's he, ha, ha when it comes to us. You don't know this lady's life. You don't know the reason why she's on it or why she may need it. So it's easier to laugh and say, oh, get a job, whatever the case may be. But you never know what people are going through. Wait, hold up. Why do you have a picture of Trump on your shelf?
I just assume you racist and you white and if you're Trump supporter. I'm sorry, I don't give a damn, dog. I haven't met anyone who hasn't said something slick about black people who's a staunch Trump supporter.
Is that not odd? To me, that's weird. I'm not gonna lie. And that's where the problem really shows itself, because the program itself didn't change and the rules didn't change either.
Stupid
At the end of the day, only the perception changed. And perception plays a huge role in how people judge entire groups of people. Media has played a huge role in shaping how people think about this topic as well. For a long time, certain images have been pushed over and over again. News segments, political speeches, comedy sketches, and reality TV, all repeating the same idea about who supposedly represents food assistance, even when the real data doesn't match that picture. A lot of the times, these portrayals leave out the broader context of poverty in America. So when people hear the word EBT, the stereotype pops up before the facts ever do. And that's how narratives work. They repeat an image so many times that it becomes more powerful than reality. One reason this stereotype stuck around so long is because it fits into older narratives that already existed. For generations, black communities have been portrayed as poor, dependent, or struggling. So when food assistance programs entered the conversation, it was easy for people to attach those same stereotypes to us.
And the crazy part is, dog, when did they first allow us to even use it? It wasn't in the beginning. It was not in the beginning. I want to show y'all something, bro. Let me see. All right, y'all. So look, early Social Security designated to early Social Security designed to miss black workers. The original 1935 Social Security Act left out about half of all workers. Agricultural and domestic workers were excluded from old age insurance. At the time, 60% or more of black workers were in those two categories. So the structure of the law meant most black workers paid taxes but could not build Social Security protections like white industrial workers. Historians note Southern politicians opposed anything that might disrupt the cheap black labor system in farms and white homes. So they insisted on these exclusions to keep black workers dependent on low wages rather than federal benefits. Watch this. Aid to dependent children, created in 1935, was supposed to help single mothers, but local and state officials were given wide discretion over who was deserving. In practice, they used suitable home clauses and employable mother laws to routinely deny black and Mexican American women if your home wasn't judged proper, or if they said you could work, they could cut you off. Some states denied aid to women if there was any man in the house, whether or not he paid bills or was the father, which disproportionately hit black households where extended family or partners might be present but not financially stable. Say, bro, listen, they always moving the goalpost, dog.
Doors, have to fix the walls, have to fix everything in the house to keep warm, and then get how to keep warm.
The quality of life has often been compared to that of third world countries. Shanties line narrow streets, raw sewage wades in shallow ditches. Condemned housing has been left standing only to give these poor black people temporary shelter. For 3 years, the 44...
Hey, man, this remind me of some shit. When I was a little boy, my mom used to clean houses for white folks. And I used to go in them houses with them, dog, and, you know, play in their kids' rooms and play with their toys and shit. And, like, man, if I was to call my mama right now and ask her how dirty some of these people was, she'll tell you flat out, they were some of the most filthiest people you ever gonna come across in your life. And these was affluent white folks, bro. Yeah, my mama used to bring me to the job when she used to clean rich white people houses when I was a little boy, and I remember it to this day. Stinking ass houses smelling like a whole bunch of dogs and cats and piss and all that kind of stuff. Pretty on the outside, dude. Books everywhere, nice artwork everywhere. Stink, funky, dirty, cheesy. I'm telling you, bro. You know, and I really thought about that because of what I just read about, like, how agriculture and domestic work, a lot of black people, women, cleaned houses, nursed white people's children, cooks, you know, that kind of shit.
Seeing EBT as a nationwide program that supports millions of Americans, it became another way to reinforce old racial narratives. And once a narrative fits into an existing stereotype, it becomes harder to challenge because people stop questioning it. They just accept it as normal. They already hate us anyway, so it fits perfectly, even if it doesn't reflect the full reality of who actually benefits from the program. And when stereotypes go unchallenged for long periods of time, they start influencing policy conversations as well, which means misinformation can end up shaping real-world debates about social programs. Me personally, I'm not on EBT, and I don't know anybody on EBT. No,
I know buku people on EBT, dog. I ain't gonna hold you, boy. I know a whole lot of people that's on it. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I'm not on it, and I don't judge none of them for being on it, because shit rough out here.
family members, no friends, nothing. At the end of the day, the real situation is much more simple than a stereotype. EBT exists because food insecurity exists, and food insecurity affects people across the entire country.
All the other countries that wonder and say that Americans are just fat and lazy and they don't do anything to better themselves. This is what $115 gets you. Let me show you. We were able to get some Ritz crackers, one thing of cereal, some ramen, more ramen, tuna, bag of potatoes, a few avocados, some snacks, desserts, 2 bags of chips, ice creams, pizza rolls, some sausage biscuits, one thing of Dr. Pepper. All of this for $115.
Damn, dog. She only had 2 real food items on the counter, though. Avocados and tuna. Everything else fake food processed, which is crazy. You paying all that money for fake food that's going to ruin and wreck your health. And tuna probably not even real at this point.
This is going to feed my kids for less than a week. And this doesn't include any dinners. There are no dinners here. This is lunch and snacks. I don't know how people are making it. It's hard out there.
Right now, Americans are facing the worst food insecurity crisis in modern history. Food prices are up, wages haven't kept up, and 44 million Americans, including working families, can't afford groceries. And if nothing changes, that number could pass 50 million by 2030.
That means different races, different regions, different communities, millions of children, seniors, and working adults rely on food assistance programs every year. But the conversation around EBT ignores that complexity. Instead, it focuses on an image that's been pushed for decades. So when racist conversations about EBT happen, they usually say more about stereotypes than they do about reality. Because the truth is, millions of Americans benefit from food assistance programs. It's not just black people, but we're the only ones that get turned into the public face of it. Thank you guys for 16K subs. Y'all been supporting the hell out of me, and I want y'all to know it does not go unnoticed. Every comment, every like, every share, I see it all. So thank you guys, and we gonna continue this journey, man.
Shout out to XO Speak. Y'all always asking me who the people are that I'm reacting to. I literally say their names in the video, but you know what? I also put them in the description too, showing them love. Let's get into the comments though, man. Every accusation is a confession. You can blame Reagan for the EBT queen thing, by the way. Yep, he sure did. He started that whole image that stereotypes black women, but they always got a stereotype for black people in general. It's been like that forever. They always have to make us look like we're the bad people so that when they shit on us, nobody feels bad about it. The funny thing about the time that when people were mocking black people on EBT, the billionaires and Trump are robbing this country and people are suffering to feed their families. Meanwhile, they will have smoke for black people. Trump has gotten about 25-30% richer, and he's not doing anything for you, but he has convinced you to think that Mexicans and Africans are your problem. That is the fucked up thing, and you're too stupid to see it. And the crazy thing is this too, they branded black folks with the EBT, and then they try to say we should find a job so that we don't need EBT. But then they don't say shit about white people who on EBT, and they don't tell them people that they need to get a job. But the crazy thing is this is the point. It's easier for white people to find a job than it is for black people to find a job. But they're telling black people that they should go and find a job, and they're not telling the white people that they should go and find a job. It's crazy. And if you don't think I'm telling the truth, then why is the black unemployment rate twice that of white people? Because it's harder for us to find a job because of the stereotypes that the same people who hire us created about us. That's a tough pill to swallow, man. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. And remember to hype me up. You heard me? Hype me up. Hype me up. I'm out.